So how did you get into healthcare?
Well, we had a holiday banquet my first year, and it just was coincidental. I was seated next to one of the members of the Board of Regents of Washburn, who was the CEO of the large hospital, Stormont Vale Hospital in Topeka. And he happened to be the chairman of the board of the Kansas Hospital Association that year. And we visited, we just had dinner. And he asked me, well, would you come to the hospital, which is only like a mile and a half from the university? So we arranged, after the holidays and first of the year, I went out to the hospital and had lunch with him for a couple of hours. And we talked about a lot of different things. And he said, well, we'll get together again sometime. So he called me and said, well, could you come? It was like 3 weeks out. And I said, yes, because he knew my teaching schedule and he knew my schedule going over to KU. And so I go, and there are 8 other people there. And again, we have all this conversation. And he said, well, great to talk. I'll get back to you. And, it kind of sounded funny to me. And so the next day he called and said, well, that was the board of the Kansas Hospital Association. And our CEO is going to retire. And we would like to... for you to consider this position. And he said, now he's going to retire, you would become the COO if you want to do it. He said, I've already arranged for you to have a leave of absence. Now here, I'm not even employed but 6 months. And he arranged for an unpaid leave of absence for me at Washburn. And so then I went to the University of Chicago. George Bugby was running a program at the time, and I spent 2 months, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week at the University of Chicago. And then I worked that year and decided I'd really change careers. So then I went to the University of Michigan the next summer for a similar course for a month. That's the extent of my healthcare and economic education. And then worked at the Kansas Hospital Association for 10 years, then the Missouri Association for 10 years, and then 32 at CHA.
Wow. Amazing.